Python. Okay, yes. So those who attend already in the last session, you know that already we discussed only introduction to Python. But those who joined today only, you don't worry, because in the last session just I covered theoretical part. What is Python? Why Python? What kind of applications we can develop using Python? And what are the features and what are the versions we started with Python, that is. Okay, if you want, you can able to watch that same video in the last session what I discussed in durgasoft YouTube channel. I'll go into playlist Python by Mohan Reddy. You can type it recent batch video. You will get it. Now today we'll continue the session. Let's try to discuss today how to make setup of Python software. Yes. So if you want to write Python programming, compulsory we need to make our setup. So first and foremost important step you have to follow. You have to download and install Python software. No matter what type of editor you are going to use for writing Python script and Python code, but first of all, you should install Python software. Okay, so how to download and install Python software? I'm going to tell you. First, you have to go to Google and type download Python. Just simply type download Python. As soon as when we go to download Python, there is an official website like www.python.org. This is the official website of Python. You just click on that link. Once you just click on that link, you will be able to see that you can see download Python 3.9.0. This is the latest version of Python. This is compulsory required. So it is going to download. This is Python 3.9.0.exe file. So downloading and installation of Python software is very, very simple. It's hardly 2 minutes of time. Okay. So once you got a download file like Python 3.9.0.exe, then you can go to download folder in your computer. Just I'm going to downloads folder and you can able to find out here Python 3.9.0. This is a .exe file. But in my computer already I installed Python 3.9.0 software. So that's the reason I can't able to show you continuation step. But you don't worry that it's very, very simple to install. But look at here, I'm just double click on this Python 3.9.0. And once you double click on it, so you will be able to get in your computer like this dialog box. But in this dialog box, I have modify, repair, uninstall because already in my computer Python 3.9.0 was installed. But in your computer for the first time when we try to install Python 3.9.0, okay, you will not get this kind of dialog box. You will get only the dialog box is what is that dialog box? Install now. Okay, customize installation. Two options will come. So you can see these two options will come. Install now. First option is install now. Then second option is customize installation. Customize installation. Customize installation means what kind of options you want to work with, that you can select customize. But I'm not recommending customize installation. Install now only. Okay. But before going to click on install now option, please activate the checkbox. There is a checkbox is present. Activate the checkbox. What checkbox? The checkbox name is add Python to environment variable. Add Python to environment variable. Add Python to environment variable. This is the checkbox will be there. So you just activate the checkbox. It must and should activate compulsory. After activating the checkbox, just click on install now. That's it. Once we click on install now, it will ask you to press 2 or 3 times next, next. Please do that next, and install now. That's it. Nothing will be there. So your Python software will be ready. This is the it's easy installation step, no complication. After downloading Python 3.9.0, double click on .exe file. Once you double click on .exe file, you will be able to see the dialog box which is having the options called install now and customize installation. And before going to click on install now, please activate the checkbox. There was a one checkbox will be there, that is add Python to environment variable. Activate it and click on install now. Next, install it. So wait for 20 to 30 seconds, then your software will be ready. After software installation successfully, then what editor will come by default? By default there is an editor is that is IDLE. IDLE stands for Integrated Development Learning Environment. Integrated Development Learning Environment. This is the IDLE stands for. Okay, so this is the IDLE. This is just editor tool or editor software, we can call it as. That means editor is nothing but where we can write Python code and where we can execute our Python code. That platform is called editor platform. As soon as when we download, install Python software for the first time, so you can see ideally software is going to be available. So how to enter into Python IDLE, sir? Okay, so I'll tell you how to enter into Python IDLE later, but just wait. So before going to continue this IDLE software working, I want to show you different ways to write Python code and execute. Okay, so I want to show you different ways to write Python code and execute. Different ways to write Python code and execute. So what are the basic ways of Python code, writing code of Python and execution? I'm going to tell you. First one is interactive mode. Interactive mode. Now, second way is uh, script mode. Script mode. Yes. Second way is script mode. So my side is very clear. Those who are not getting my voice, please, what we can say, check your uh, audio settings. Give me 1 second. Yes, interactive mode. This is the first way, and next one is script mode. Script mode, and third one is using Python IDLE. IDLE. Next, fourth way is using Pycharm Editor. Pycharm Editor. Yes, Pycharm Editor. First, let me show you script mode. Yes. First, let me show you script mode. Interactive mode. This is the interactive mode, no? Yes. As soon as when we install Python software, you will get what? Python IDLE. So let's go to search option. Then after that, type Python. And now you can see IDLE of Python is there. Right now 3.8, but here you can see, let's go with IDLE. Go to search and type IDLE. You'll be able to find out Python IDLE 3.9 version. As soon as when we click on this IDLE, so you will be able to get one window. That window name is called interactive window. That means Python interactive shell. You can see this Python interactive shell is opening. Python 3.9.0 shell. Okay, so you can see if you want to go for copyright, then you can able to type copyright here, then you will get copyright information. Or if you want to go for license information, then you can go for license, type license and get the license information. Okay, then here I'm taking license, LICENSC. License should be bracket, so this is license information. Clear? Okay, this is basic information. If you want, you can get it. Or else if you want to type the code, then again I'm going to widget IDLE of Python. You can see this is interactive cell. Interactive cell means what is, you know, you need not to write complete Python program, and you need not to save anywhere. Just as a programmer, you can interact with this window while typing your required code and press enter button, then automatically automatically your code is going to be ready. For example, I'm typing hello, then press enter. Our output is available now. And if you want to add two numbers, let's a equals to 10, b equals to 20, a plus b I'm doing, then our output is ready. So did I save anywhere this program? No. As soon as whenever I'm trying to interact with this window while typing my code and press enter button, so your output is ready here. So this is what interactive cell. But look at here in this interactive cell, did I mention any data type of a variable? No. Why? Because in the last session I told clearly Python is dynamically typed programming language. So you need not to mention any data type of the variable. But whenever you try to mention forcefully like data type of the variable like integer type, according to Python syntax, it is wrong. So that's what you will get syntax error, like invalid syntax. But you can see you just type it 100, then 100 value is printed. But if you want to know as a programmer what type of data type is assigned for this variable, then you can able to get it by using type function. A type is a built-in function which is used to get data type of the variable, then data type is assigned for a is what type, integer type. So depend on your value, based on your value, data type is assigned by Python for this variables. And for example, your value is 30.34.5. So if you want to know the data type, then type of A is nothing but what's our float. Okay, like this. If you're having like Durga is a value, then what type it is what's our string, like this. So this is what interactive cell. If you want to continue to write interactive mode, you can go through it like this. Okay, yes, let's close this now. Next option you have script mode. Script mode means in this mode, you can choose any editor, including Python ideally. You can choose Notepad or Notepad++ or Sublime Editor or Visual Studio Code or Visual Studio, NetBeans, Eclipse, MyEclipse, any editor you can choose. Okay, write your script. What script? Python script. And you must and should save with the .py extension after completion of writing, then run it later. Okay, I want to write my Python code in my notepad. For example, let's try to open notepad. This is open notepad here. I'm trying to print is a built-in function uh, which is used to display output. So I want to say hello durgasoft. But do you think is this Python code? No, so far it is not. But when it will become a Python code, after saving this code with the .py extension, I'm going to choose my desktop location and I'm giving file name called test.py extension is strongly recommend Python script files. .py. .py is nothing but Python file it is. Once I click on save it, now you can see you will have a file called Python file, which already written using my script mode like Notepad, then test.py is present in desktop. So this is what script mode. My script is ready and it is ready to be executed. But how do we execute this script mode file already which is available? There are two options you have to execute this test.py. One option is you can able to run this test.py file through command prompt. Another option is already you have a software called Python ideally software, then you can open it here clearly. So let's try to go to Python ideally, and when we click on ideally, by default you will get a interactive window, but you have already Python file. If you want to open an existing file, then click on file menu and click on open. Then once you click on open, you will see there is a file which is available in my desktop. So let's go to desktop option and you can select the target file test.py, then click on open. Once you click on open, then you will be able to see this print hello durgasoft. It's coming. Means what is that? Whatever you have written previously in my notepad, so that data is coming. If you want to execute this one, you just click on run menu and run module. Module is nothing but every program is called module, that is F5. F5 means shortcut way. Then you can click on this. Your output is coming and showing an interactive cell window again. Output is coming. Okay. But sir, if you don't want to run this through command through Python ideally, if at all you want to run this Python test.py file through command prompt, then how to do this? Let's go to command prompt simply. This is command prompt. Look at here, this is the command prompt, but my file is present in where? Desktop. But you are the location where C drive users folder is there. But I want to move to desktop location. How to move that? CD space. CD space means change directory space. What is that? Desktop. I want to move to desktop because my file is present in desktop. So once we move to desktop, then if you want to run Python code, so you have to pass the command called Python space. Your file name is called test.py. Then press enter. Then automatically you got output clearly, hello durgasoft. And you can see again, there is another option also there. No need to type Python completely. You just simply type py space test.py, then enter. So you got an output, hello durgasoft. So this is another way to execute a program through command prompt. So you can write a code in Notepad and save with the .py and run it into command prompt, or else run through Python ideally also. Both options are there. This is called script mode. Okay. Yes. Your script should be saved with the .py extension, no matter in which editor you have written. But sir, apart from this, what we can say, apart from script mode and interactive mode, why don't you go for directly Python ideally? There only, why don't you create a new Python file? Yes, directly instead of writing code in Notepad, you can go to directly IDLE of Python. Let's go and check out IDLE of Python here. And here only we can create a new file. How to create new file? File menu, click on new file. Once we click on new file, here this is the platform where you want to write a code. So you just write your code, A value 100, B value 200, and printer A plus B I want to do, A plus B. Then after that, you must and should save if before going to run, you must and should save your file. But without saving, if I go through run, then you can see this, it will ask you to source must be saved, okay to save. Okay, so I'm going to cancel it. Let me save it properly. So file menu and click on save. Again, I'm choosing desktop for saving, or anyways, any location you can save it, no problem, desktop. And my file name is, I'm giving sample.py, then click on save it. Once we save it, then let's go to run menu. After that, you can run module or F5, your output is ready. Okay, these are the basic options you have. Once we download Python software and install Python software, you will get ideally of editor, that is integrated development learning environment. But for sure that I'm not going through these all three ways. I will not follow in our sessions uh, while writing Python code and execute. I will always follow this Pycharm editor. Now I'm going to show you Pycharm editor here. Okay, Pycharm editor is the exclusively for Python beginners and Python programmers. Even in real time, many companies will follow this Pycharm editor only. So that's what I can use Pycharm editor. All the topics, all the sessions will happen through Pycharm editor only. But just as a programmer, you should aware of that at least what are the possible ways to write Python script and execute. But apart from Pycharm, there are other editors also there, like Anaconda 3 distribution, like Jupyter, Spider, Atom. So many editors are there. But Jupyter, Spider are strongly recommend to write Python script to those who wants to go for data analysis part, like data visualization and data analysis. Most of the data science persons will use Jupyter and Spider and so on. But exclusive Python developers, okay, they'll use Pycharm editor. Or else you can also use interactive mode and script mode and using Python ideally anyways. But what is the main advantage when we go for Pycharm editor, while writing the code in Python ideally, even while writing the code in Notepad also, you don't get any IntelliSense option. IntelliSense option means while writing some code, so some pop-up windows or suggestion box will come. That will not at all available in these options. But when we go through Pycharm editor, so as a beginner level, it is good practice with Pycharm editor only. Why? Because some IntelliSense option, it look and feel is more better than this, and you will have a lot of graphical user interface facilities. It is a perfect editor for beginning point of learning of Python here. So that's what I strongly recommend Pycharm Editor. But look at here, even though if you want to write Python programs using Pycharm Editor, first of all, you must and should install Python software. That's what first priority should give to installation of Python software. After successful installation of Python software, no matter which editor you want to work, you can work it. But right now, Pycharm editor is not there. For example, once we install and download Python software, you will get only Python ideally. And if you want to work with Pycharm editor, you must and should separately download and install this Pycharm editor also. How do we download and install Pycharm editor? It is also a very pretty simple and straightforward installation. Let's go to Google and type download Pycharm. Download Pycharm. So once we click on this download Pycharm, look at here, there is an official website for Pycharm editor like www.jetbrains.com. This is the official website for Pycharm editor. So Pycharm is completely designed by this community only, JetBrains community. Just click on this download and you will be able to see the two options. Now you can see one is professional, another one is community. Okay, professional, another one is community. I'll tell you both of these. So for professional, for both scientific and web Python development with using HTML, JavaScript and SQL support. And if you go through this professional and click on download means you will be able to get free trial version only. Means what is happening here? Free trial means what? It's not full-fledged version. You need to buy, you need to purchase from jetbrains.com community. This is required for those who wants to develop full-fledged Python application, including Django framework and web application development. For them, I strongly recommend professional editor. But in our case, we are going to handle with only core and advanced Python, not Django. So for pure Python development programs we are going to do, that's what I strongly recommend community version. So community version is for pure Python development. And if you go for download, then you can see this, there is a free and open source. Free means no need to purchase from anywhere and no need to pay to anything. So without license directly you can go through it. And once you click on download it, you will be able to get Pycharm community .exe file. Okay, that is going to be download. Once you get a Pycharm community.exe, so it is also very simple because in my computer already it is there, so I don't want to proceed it. But just you can double click on this Pycharm community editor. As soon as when we double click on Pycharm community editor, you will be able to show you will be able to get some window like next 3 times install it. No changes, no changes. Okay, yes. Someone is not audible, Mr. Siva. Please check your. Give me 1 second. Yes. Yes. Now you can see once you get the Pycharm community.exe, so you can double click on that. You can double click on that. How I can wait a minute. Someone is not getting voice. Mr. Siva, I can't provide voice. Okay, because from your side you have to do the settings. I noticed that you have unmuted. I think so. Yeah. Now, so once you get Pycharm community.exe file, so you can go to a download folder and double click on Pycharm community.exe. It will ask you to enter 3 times next button, and after that, wait for 1 minute. Your Pycharm editor software is ready. You need not to. Installation is very simple. Pycharm editor installation simple than Python software. It's no matter, no need to activate or deactivate any checkboxes in the middle. Just follow the window, click on next, install it. This is also within 2 minutes of time, your Pycharm editor software is ready. Okay. Once you download successfully this Pycharm community.exe, what I mean to say, you can double click on that Pycharm community.exe file and it will open some dialog box. 3 times next, then install it. Wait for 1 minute, then your Pycharm editor will be ready. So let's go and check out in download folder. So I'm just going to download folder. You can see this Pycharm Community 2020 here. So as soon as when we double click on this one, so in my computer already Pycharm community version is there. So I'm not going to proceed, but I'll show you, just wait. So when we double click on this Pycharm community edition, it's going to making the setup. Once it's making the setup, it will ask you to, do you want to allow this app? You should say yes. I'm showing no means, because now it will show you next, install it. Nothing will be there. 3 times next, install it. Okay. Let me cancel it, because in my computer already the software is ready. Now let's move to Pycharm editor. How do we move to Pycharm editor here? Okay. Let's go to search and type Pycharm. And once we type Pycharm, you can see this Pycharm Community Edition 2020. Just click on this icon. Once you click on this icon, the editor window is going to open. It takes few seconds to load for the first time. Okay, it takes few seconds to load for the first time. But while opening for the first time, you will get some blank window. There is no code available. But in my computer, you are going to see already previous project which I deal with. Okay, previous batches, whatever I handle, that code is directly opening. So now you can see loading Python 1-to-1. Last session was taken for 1-to-1 batch, so that's what it is coming. But in your computer, for the first time when we open Pycharm editor, you will be able to get blank window. Once you get blank window of Pycharm editor, then you have to create a new project. How to create new project, I'll tell you. So you should go to file menu, and you can click on new project, and select the project name. Means you have to give proper project name is nothing but your Python project is nothing but collection of files. So I'm going to create Python at 9 a.m. I'm creating, this is my project name. Now onwards, click on create. That is available in G drive. Now you can see it will ask you to, do you want to open this window, or do you want to open a new window, or you want to attach the same project to this project, or you can cancel it. All are options. I want to open this window only. So now it is preparing a virtual environment for Python at 9 a.m. project. Now your project is ready, but there is no files present right now. Only you just created one project. But if you want to add more files to your project, you can able to add it. How to add, I'll tell you. Let's create a visual, what we can say, virtual environment. For the first time, it will take a few seconds to load. But even you can see the themes, like Pycharm editor is having a lot of themes. Okay, so how to set themes also, which theme you want to like more, then you can continue that theme only. But by default, so you will be able to notice in your computer after installation of Pycharm, and you will get some black color theme, completely black window, foreground and background, all those things. But I changed the theme in my computer. That's what it's looking, white background for clear visibility. So how to change the themes also, I will do that settings. And even font size also will be very less for the first time when we open or when we create a project. But if you want to increase the font size, that is your wish. If you want, you can go through it. I'll show that also, how to increase the font size clearly. Because these are the fundamentals, things are very important. Because if you want to practice, or if you want to write Python script, first of all, you should be in a position to make your setup properly. If your setup is right way, then Apple can able to handle the code and all. So this is what actually, for the first time when we create a project Python at 9 a.m. So one main.py file is going to be available here, main.py. Okay, but it is not a matter. So main method is going to handle through main.py only, if name equal to main. Later I'll explain you this type of code, don't worry about this. But look at here, if you want to change the theme, now you can see settings, file menu, click on settings. Once you click on settings, then you will able to see this appearance is there, appearance. The theme is IntelliJ light color is there, and Dracula is there. So if you want to go for Dracula, and if you want to go for some size is less size, editor window you can go, and font option is there. font size is 25 is there. If you want to go for 14 or 15, then select this, enter the number and click on OK, click on apply, click on apply. Now you can see the theme is going to change. Okay, if you want to work with this theme, you can able to work with, or else if you want to change the theme, file menu, settings, settings and appearance and behavior, and again appearance. After that, you can see I'm going to work with the IntelliJ Light. Okay, IntelliJ Light, and I'm going to increase the font size, like 22 is required for me. So 22 is the size. Now click on OK. That's is going to be happen like this. This is the main.py. When we, if you want to run this main.py, what's happen? You can see run means directly run main. I'm just running the main. So in this main, what code is there? Hi Pycharm is there. By default, they have written the code like print hi Pycharm. Is it? Yes. But I don't want to work with this program, existing program. I want to create my program. How to add your files to your program means right click on Python at 9 a.m. project, go to new, and you have options like file and Python file. So file is nothing but this is a normal text file. Okay. But while choosing this text file, while after giving the name .py must and should give, but whenever you go for Python file, this is not a text file. Already you are selecting Python file. No need to give any .py extension. Just I want to write test, then press enter. So you can see test.py is ready. If you want to write the code, you can write while typing like this. But observe carefully, as soon as when we type something, some IntelliSense option is coming. This option, this facility will not be there when we go through interactive cell or when we go through script mode in Notepad, when we go through Python ideally, it's not possible. So here only the facility is there clearly IntelliSense option. So whatever you are trying to type, then immediately it is going to expect what programmer is expecting, and it is show remaining things in the IntelliSense option. And you need not to continue, keep on, just press enter, print option will come from IntelliSense. If you want to write like this, hello, you can. And if you want to execute this test.py, right click on this test.py. Now you can see run test. Run test. Click on run test. Now you can see we got output here in the output window. This is called output window or console window, we can call it as. This environment is called edit environment. Here you can do any type of code here. And if you have some, suppose I miss that bracket here, I'm not going to give bracket wantedly, because how error is going to be show. Let's right click on this test.py, click on test, then error is coming clearly, syntax error. Errors are available in red color in the error window. So you can easily rectify the errors and run it again. Okay. So run and run test like this. So this is the way to handle Python Pycharm Editor. So your project name is Python at 9 a.m. In this project, as many as files you can add it. If you want to add one more file, then let's go to Python file and test one I'm giving. Then I want to write code in test one like a equals to 10, b equals to what we can say 20, print sum is like a plus b, a plus b. I'm writing like this. You run test1.py, right click on test1.py, run test1. You got output clear. Understand? So this is what very easily to handle the Python code in Pycharm Editor. So these are the different ways to write Python code and execute basically. But here interactive mode and script mode means Notepad are using Python ideally or using Pycharm Editor. Apart from this, there are so many options also there as per your comfortability. If you want to write code in Edit Plus, you can write it, or Notepad++, or Sublime Editor, or Visual Studio Code, or NetBeans, or Eclipse, or MyEclipse, any editor you can use. But that are not purely Python related editors. That are common editors. You can write any programming language code over there and save with the .py extension or any other language extension and run it anyway. But I'm saying that Python ideally and Pycharm editors are exclusively for Python programmers. So that's what I strongly recommend to go for Pycharm editor. Okay, but later I'll introduce in our sessions while talking about the data analysis modules like Pandas and Matplotlib. At that time, I'll include other editors also like Jupyter, Spider, Anaconda 3 distribution. I'll show you later. Okay, focus it on Pycharm editor. I strongly recommend to go for. But for sure that no matter what syllabus I would like to cover in further classes, everything I'll cover maximum in Pycharm editor only. Apart from Pycharm, would you like to write code in Python ideally? You can go through it. Options are open. Okay. But I strongly recommend this Pycharm editor is better. Okay. Yes. Next, apart from this introduction and installation and how the way to proceed the code using Pycharm Editor with Python software, now I'm going to discuss most important fundamentals things in Python, because as a programmer, as a new to the Python programming, you must and should aware of fundamentals more. Fundamentals are very important. If you ignore fundamentals, there is a lot of problems. Okay. So what are the fundamental things is, first thing is I want to show you Python indentation. Indentation. Most of the people will get confusion here. Python indentation. So what is Python indentation, sir? Generally, let us consider a program. Okay, so in this concept, I'm going to discuss why I will not recommend to write Python script using Notepad. You will understand now this time. Okay, so generally in other languages, this is my other language code, like you feel that Java or .NET or C++, anything. Int a equals to 10. If a equals to 10, open bracket, close bracket. Okay, so printf. This is what I want to say, true. Then else, open bracket, close bracket, printf. This is what false. Feel that it is C language or C++. So this is the logic. Just I have written declaring the value to the variable like a. I'm checking the condition. If condition a equals to 10 means 10 equal to 10, it's right. If it is right, then true. Then it is not right, it is false, then false. This is like in other languages. But when it comes to Python, this open brackets, curly brackets are not work out. Okay, to consider a block of code in Python, we use indentation. Indentation means what you know, four spaces. That is called indentation. We can say that four spaces. But same code, if you write Python in Python, it will not work. Example, I want to show you one simple example in the Notepad. I'm writing code in Notepad. Yes, you can able to write code in Notepad. A equals to 10. If a equals to 10. Don't worry about this syntax. This is if condition syntax in Python. Later I'll discuss syntax of if condition and else condition. But my intention is to show now Python indentation. That's what I'm taking this example. Now we can see after if condition, when we press enter, cursor is blinking where in the starting of the line. So I want to show true, true. Then else part, colon. Again cursor is blinking in the starting line, false. Mean my requirement is I declare a value to the variable called 10, value to a. I'm checking the condition. If 10 equal to 10, then true, else false. Okay, let me save this program. Once you save this program in desktop, now you can see here I'm taking test, any program you can take, test2.py, for example. My program name is test2.py. Once I save it, and you can ready to run this. Test2.py is ready to run. How to run this? Let's go to command prompt now. Command prompt. And you can move to cd space desktop. Then Python space, your file name is test2.py. Then enter. What is that? You got an error. You can see this indentation error. Expected an indented block. Why it is coming? Okay, it's look like correct only, but not correct. The indentation means what? Four spaces. Four spaces means if you write code like this if condition is treated as separate line, this print is treated as separate line, else is treated as separate line, this print is treated as separate line. Means to consider a block of code in other languages, people will use curly brackets. Means open curly brackets, close curly brackets, in between whatever the statements are there that are under comes into if block. And here also whatever the statement is there in the open curly brackets, close curly brackets, that are under comes into else block. But when it comes to Python, there is no curly brackets to consider a block of code. Only we use indentation. Indentation means what? Four spaces. But do you have four spaces after if block? No. Let me give 1, 2, 3, 4. And here I'm giving 1, 2, 3, 4. If we give like these spaces, then this print is belongs to under if block. and this print is belongs to else block. Now you just control plus S, save it again. After save it again, you can go to command prompt. Same program I'm going to execute now. This time you can see happily you can able to execute and you got output called okay. So Python space test2.py. There is a syntax error, invalid syntax. What is the syntax error? You can see this again. Let me rectify the syntax error. So if a equals else space is wrong, else spelling is wrong. Let me save it now. Let's run this one. Because of indentation previously it was not work. So now this time Python space test2.py. Now happily it is coming true value. Why true value is coming? Because of my logic is if a value 10 equal to 10 it is correct. If it is correct then true. If it is false then it is false. Okay. So why it is working? Because of indentation. Indentation means 4 white spaces is called indentation. But only one is also required, not 4. At least one is required. For example, I'm giving 1 here and here I'm giving 1 here. At least one is required, not 4. But why I'm saying 4 means every time? Because most of the editors will follow the 4 white spaces indentation. That's what I'm taking 4. Python space test2.py, it's working fine. Okay, so this is the problem while writing code in Notepad, because in Notepad there is no suggestions. As a programmer, you should know very well about Python structure and syntax, then only you can able to write it properly in the Notepad. But when it comes to same code in the Pycharm editor, you can see this automatically the indentation facility will come to you. You can see this. I'm trying to write code a equals to 10. If a equals to 10, press enter. But where is the cursor is blinking now, sir? After leaving indentation or not? Yes. So this is the advantages of Pycharm editor. Now from here onwards, you can able to type it. So that means this print is belongs to if block and else block. Then again, you can see indentation leaving. So false I'm taking. So this false condition print is belongs to else block. So indentation is clearly matching. Along with indentation, it is coming automatically. So here while typing code in Pycharm editor, no need to get any confused. So happily you can able to run it. So your code is a value 10. It's comparing 10 equal to 10. It is correct. Then that's what we are printing true. If my value is 100, then you can see this. It's going to be written false. You can see false. Understand? So this is what indentation 4 spaces here. When it is required indentation. So some cases only to consider a block, if block or else block or for loop and while loop. Okay, so inside the function, if you want to write code function, after some space is required, thereafter you can write the statements. All statements belongs to that function. Or inside the class, if you want to write code class, after you can write any statements that are under comes into class. In that level, indentation is required. But normal plain statements like here, one print hello is there, and here you can see print hi is there. Is there any indentation required? No, these are individual statements. So that's what indentation is not required. Directly you can able to run it. But here you can see indentation is required. But even in Pycharm editor also by default indentation is coming. But if you remove this indentation, you will get trouble again. You can see this. I'm able to get some invalid output here. You can see indentation error. At least one space is required. I'm saying no, at least one. Even if it is not 4, that is up to you. Compulsory space is consideration is required. Once if you give space, that means this code is belongs to under if block and this code is belongs to under else block. That is the space purpose actually. This is Python indentation. Okay, Python indentation. This is very important. Don't ignore this logic. Most of the people will write the logic, but they'll get trouble because of the indentation levels are not matched while writing the script. Okay, next, Python comments. Python comments. Comment section in Python. Yes, in every editor tool, comments are very important. Even when we type Java code or C language or C++, comment sections are required. Why comments? Comments can be useful in two different ways. One is if you don't want to execute certain lines of Python code, and you can ignore that lines by making comment. That is one reason. And other reason is comments can helpful to the programmer to provide description about their logic. So if they want to write some description or some statements for understanding other persons while watching your code, then you can write comment section. There are two ways to use comment section here. Okay, Comments can be used to ignore some lines of code from the execution. And also you can write your description about your program in the programming part like comments. But there are two types of comments are there. One is a single line comment, single line comments. Next, multi-line comments. Both comments are there, single line and multi-line comment. Multi-line comment. Single line comment always starts with the hash symbol. Which line you want to give the comment section, then that you can start with hash symbol. Multi-line comments means starting triple quotes. You can enter number of lines, line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, like this. Starting, you have to make triple quotes, and ending also have to use triple quotes. Then line 3. So you can see this line 3 I'm taking like this. This is multi-line comments. Let's go and check out quickly. Here I want to take this total code in comment section. Then how to do this? Starting and ending, then comments. Then let's run this one. This program is don't have any code, so that's what nothing will happen. This is comment section, multi-line comment, multiple lines. Or else if you want to go for single line comment, suppose I want to comment only this line. So hash symbol you can use starting of this line. Right click on test.py, then you can see hi only will come. Hello is not going to be displayed because of this is under the comment. So comment lines will ignore by the interpreter from execution, so it will not execute. Now uncomment it, now it is coming. So this is what comment section available in Python. So Python indentation and comments, single line comment, multi-line comment. And third one is Python keywords. Python keywords. Keywords are reserved words. Yes. Every programming language is having keywords or reserved words. That keywords and reserved words can be used for hello. Please meet from your side. Be making now. Python keywords are reserved words. Every programming language is having keywords or reserved words. Keywords are reserved words. Reserved words means that words can be reserved for something. So that's what that words cannot be used for anything. So particular purpose only we have to use that keywords. Keywords or reserved words will convey a special message to the interpreter to do a particular task. So we can't use any keyword our personal usage. Means if you want to declare a variable like keyword name only, you can declare variable. That is not possible. Okay. So keywords will convey a special message to the interpreter to do a particular task. So we can use keywords only particular case only. How to know that? How do you know that what keywords are there in Python? There are simple 2 lines of code is required to write to get complete keyword list. You can see I'm importing keyword. Keyword is a library, and after that print library name like module name dot kw list is a class. Using this one, I'm going to get complete keyword list. You can see this. We got keyword list. Yes. False, none, true, the underscore page dot. This is a new keyword which is present in Python 3.9.0, which was not available Python 3.8.5, and these are all keywords. Now look at here. First 3 keywords: false, none, true. First letters capital F, capital N, capital True. Remaining all are lower cases. You know Python is completely case sensitive. You should take care of this also. So if you want to get complete keyword list, then you can import keyword. Import is also one of the keyword. You can see this somewhere. You can able to get import is one of the keyword. Here import is one of the keyword. If is a keyword, else is a keyword. Okay, these are all keywords. You can't use in this any word as your variable. Okay, you can't use any one of this keyword as a variable. Okay, that is what keywords will convey a special message to the interpreter to do a particular task, and particular purpose only you have to use keywords. But in our session, all keywords I will cover for sure, not one by one. Depends on situation, depends on topic what I discuss. All keywords I will cover in detailed explanation. Somewhere we have to use import, somewhere you have to use continue, somewhere you have to use global, somewhere you have to use return. But in according to topics, we have to use the keywords compulsory. In my program, I am using keyword here import. Here print is a built-in function which is for output purpose. Okay, so this is about keyword list, Python indentation, and Python comments, and how do we make setup and all. And still we need to discuss identifiers, variables, and multiple assignments that we'll discuss in tomorrow's session. Okay, so that's it for today. Whatever we discuss now, please immediately you can download Python software and install, and also Pycharm setup also you can try to make your setup with Pycharm. And from tomorrow onwards continuously we will write programming part, so we'll continue that remaining topics. So Python indentation, comment section, Python keywords, we discuss fundamental things. Tomorrow we'll cover more fundamental things like Python identifiers, Python variables, Python multiple assignments. After that, we'll go through data types and uh, operators and so on, all the things. Okay. Yes. So that's all from my side today. So do you have any questions? Now you can ask me. I'll try to clarify your doubts. Any question from your side? You can try to type in chat box so that I'll try to do this. I'll give answer. Any questions? Yes. Monica R. What if I miss one class? Will you be providing the recorded video to our mail? Yes, undoubtedly I'll provide the recorded video. If you want to watch again that one session, first session, you can see all of you, those who missed the first session, last session, yesterday only that was happened. Just the theoretical part I covered. You can go to YouTube. Okay, even this today video also they might be uploading YouTube. So go to YouTube, but don't expect all videos. Okay, they will not upload. Only for demo session they'll upload. And durgasoft, you have to type it. Durgasoft. Once you type durgasoft, you can see durgasoft solution is there. This is the our YouTube channel officially, and you can go to playlist option. In that playlist option, you can see this. Yesterday video might be uploaded. Let me go and playlist. Now you can see Python tutorials by Mr. Mohan Reddy at 9 a.m. There is one video only which was happened yesterday. You can watch it. Okay. Anyway, that video also and today video also I'll send to your Google Drive completely, no problem at all. Okay. Yes. So everybody, those who missed last session, you can watch my video in YouTube channel Python tutorials by Mohan Reddy while going to YouTube channel durgasoft YouTube channel. That will be good. But logically and the practical implementation today only I started. Yesterday just I discussed with the theoretical part. What is Python? Why Python? What kind of applications we can develop with Python? That only. Now another question from Suvarchala. Are you going to provide any sample real-time project related to sessions and the end of the training? So our sessions are completely real-time coding scenario only. Every session is going to be real-time orientation coding only. Okay. If possible, I'll tell, but actually the problem with project is nothing but only with core and advanced Python, we can't make one good project. With Django, we can able to make good project, but Django is not my part. So if I go for Django, then I can able to show you good project like that. So next, sir, I'm asking about course video after that. Course videos every day recorded video will be coming to your Google Drive. Okay, you can able to watch it clearly, no problem at all. Yes, every day session wise, session number 1, session number 2, session number 3, like this. Every day I'm going to send that video and download same recorded video. I'll send to you. Okay, yes, yes. Any question? Yes. Colon are necessary while writing code in Python? Undoubtedly. Colon is required. If you remove colon in if condition after or else condition after, a colon is required. But semicolon is not necessary. If you use semicolon at the end of print statement, it will work in Python also, but not required. But colon is required while it is a part of syntax. You have Python plus Selenium course? No, I am not related to Selenium. Okay, so I'm here to teach only Python. How you can able to migrate, how you can able to use Python script in your Selenium, that is your risk because I don't know Selenium. Okay, hope you understand that. Yeah. Any questions? Again, No questions. Okay. Yeah, we'll continue from tomorrow, sir. Please watch that first video, those who miss. And today also, you have got clarity clearly. So how to make setup of software, Python software, and how to write basic code, and continue. Don't miss the sessions initial days, because if you miss the session, then it is difficult to handle further programming. If you maintain regularity, then that will be good for you. That is clearly. And learning Python is not a big thing. It's a very simple and easy to learn. No problem at all. Only you can concentrate how to uh, attend the classes and how to write your code and all with practice. Is it necessary to learn full stack Python to get a job oriented? No. Who told? Only using Python also you can able to get a job, undoubtedly. More Python jobs also there outside, not full stack. Yeah. See you tomorrow. Have a nice time. We'll continue tomorrow. Okay. Yes.